everybody, my name is Cheryl and this is Stargarnet Stitchery. Welcome back to my channel, and today is Friday, February 28th. So we are a week out from Nashville Needlework Market. Yay! It's very exciting. So today I wanted to share the whip I'm working on, the book I've been reading, and mostly just talk about my market picks for this year. I think that there have been a lot of really awesome designs. Like, we're so blessed to be alive in this day and age with the amount of designers that we have and the talent that they bring to us all. Like, it's just so amazing that they like all the, obviously I can't say it all. I have so much to say. So first, let's talk about my whip. So it's only been about a week since I talked to you last. So I haven't really been able to work on a lot. I did work on this quilt here. It is from the layer cake that I showed last video, and I am making what's called a Moda Love quilt. So this is a free pattern you can get off the internet. It's called Moda Love, and I'm doing the layer cake or the 10-inch square version. I am using the Cafe Facet Times or by William Morris. No, that's not right. Is that right? I feel like that's the wrong name. No, Morris & Co. I'm saying William Morris. That's the cigarette guy or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's who I'm using. It's by Free Spirit, and it's called Cafe Facet X Morris & Co. That's what the collection is called. So basically what it is it's traditionally Morris & Co. prints that have been colorized to look like in the Cafe Facet colorways. So basically that's what that is. So and this is a gift for someone. So I'm working to get that done. The other whip that I've been working on, let's see. Yeah. So, really I've only worked on two things this week. I worked on that quilt, trying to get that going. And, I have been working on March Wordplay with a needle and thread. So this is the pattern. And from what I understand about this pattern, there's very few places you can buy it online. There's one place like on, like if they have like a brick and mortar shop and they have an online presence, then they'll also have that. But if you are wanting to buy these specific patterns, the best place is to get them through Brenda directly, and that is Country Stitches Online. That's her website. So that is the pattern. I'm using mostly called for, but like I said in my last video, there was some colors of Gentle Art that I either didn't order, or I thought I ordered but it didn't, or they were out. I can't remember. So I don't have a board this time. That's okay. But this is how far I've got to. Like I said, I haven't done a lot. I filled in these little flower things, and I have this little sprig of clover there. And the only thing I have left on that section there is like there's these little buds that I have to, they're like little pin stitch type deals. And then there's two more words on this side, and then I can move my Q-snap and just finish this, and then I'll be done. I am stitching this on 36 count linen in the color Heartland by Picture This Plus. And I'm stitching with one strand of floss over 2 linen threads. So that is what I have going on for that. Now, I am currently reading 2 books. One book one second, I have to get the other one. Okay, so I'm reading 2 books, but one of them is like a historical nonfiction book. So it kind of sort of reads like a history book. So I can only read a little bit at a time, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done for a little bit. But it's called Born to be Hanged, an epic story of the gentleman pirates who raided the South Seas, rescued a princess, and stole a fortune, by Keith Thompson. So I originally bought this for my husband, but I think I kind of bought it because I wanted to read it too. But he likes pirate books, so I bought this for him, and he still hadn't read it. So I put it in on this shelf up here. There's another jar that has like my TBR, like my to be read books that are physical books that I own, because I don't have like a Kindle or anything like that. So I'm trying to read books that I already own, and this is one of them. So I started it, and I'm like in the first, I just started it. I think I'm in the first chapter. It's a lot of names and dates to start, so it's like trying to figure all of that out. So far it's interesting though. But then I got in my mind and I was like, I don't want to read that right now. So I switched to a different book. So no judgment, but I am a Twilight fan. I like Twilight. I like the Twilight books. I like the Twilight movies. And I know that they're problematic, and I know that some people hate them. Some people hate the movies. Some people, especially the people who actually live in Forks, hate them for the most part. But I like them, and I enjoy reading them and rereading them. So since I saw you last, I reread Twilight because I knew that I was going to read Midnight Sun. So Twilight is the book from the main character's point of view. So from Bella Swan's point of view. And then this book, Midnight Sun, is from Edward Cullen's perspective. So it is way longer because his brain works way faster than a human's. So the amount of detail that he processes in 1 second compared to the amount of data that a human would process, or Bella would process, is a lot more. So I feel like there's a lot more detail that goes into it. It is also very interesting to read the perspective of Edward and how he because, you know, obviously in Twilight, you're only getting Bella's perspective. Anyways, I'm so far enjoying this. I am this far into it. I am at the point where she's learning about Carlisle, and that's the other part that I really like about this, is that it goes into the other characters in the Cullen family and explains like more about who they were and what their life was like. And I really like that, because you get to see more of their character that you don't necessarily get from the original 4 books. So, well, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm currently reading. After this, I am going to be rereading the Hunger Games trilogy and prequel, because another prequel is coming out middle of March called, I don't know, brain fade. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it up on the screen. And it's from Hamish Abernathy's perspective when he's a tribute. And as soon as I found out that book was coming out, I was so jazzed, and I cannot wait. And so I wanted to just reread all of the things before that book comes, so that when that book comes, I can read it. And I know I'm old, but like, I don't care. I still like the books, okay? All right, so that's all I've been doing really as far as like cross stitch and reading. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about my market picks. So if you are new to the cross stitch community, or if you are new to Flosstube or the online community of cross stitch, you might not be aware that every March, it's usually the first full weekend of March, there is a trade show, like a wholesale trade show, so that shops attend, and it has a bunch of designers, dyers, floss dyers, notion makers, I mean, anything to do with cross stitch. There's even project bag makers that go. They all go to an Embassy Suites, and it's in a suburb of Nashville, but it's called Nashville Needlework Market. And what I like to say that this is that it is, because I've been 3 times when I was a purchaser at a shop, and it was like the funnest, that's not a word, but it's the most fun to go, because especially if you like to talk to people like I do, it's really fun to get to know people, come face to face with your favorite designers and meet them and learn who they are a little bit, and get to see all the models in person before you purchase them and all of that. There's just a lot of energy, and the creative genius that happens at market is like unparalleled any other time of the year for cross stitch. Like, there is Marketplace or Expo, which is a virtual show, but like, to have the shops and the designers and dyers all together in one place, it's just electric there. And people are just running here and there, and it's like they're getting all the things, and then it's just a mad dash, right? And it's so fun. And the best thing is that you get to buy all these fun things when your shops come home, right? Like, you get the anticipation and all the sneak peeks and all the fun stuff, and then you get to pre-order things, and then you get to go and watch your favorite shop go to market, and then they come home and they have all this stuff for you. And it's great, and it's so fun, and I can't wait until my pre-orders are here. I did pre-order a large portion of my pre-order things from Bella Rose Needleworks, and I will put a link to Jeanette's shop below. If you're aware that one of my best friends, her name's Jeanette, she is a bag maker, but she also decided to start selling cross stitch and cross stitch items. And so she has a website now. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a link to that below, and you guys can check out all the goodies that are there. The only thing I think that's not currently on there for the Nashville stuff is stuff that has already, like, the designer had a very hard line for pre-orders, and there's a chance that she might not be able to get that item at market because the designer is coming from another country or something like that. So like, there are a few designers like that where they ship all their product to the US, and so they only have so much. So there's certain things that she did take off her website, but like almost all of it is on there. So if you want to check out her website, it is linked below, and I hope you check her out. Also, I wanted to say that if you are local, I know that Jeanette is having a market release party, and it is on, I am terrible at dates unless I look at them. It is on March, because the Nashville Needlework Market is March 7th, 8th, and 9th. Because it's the first full weekend of March. And then Jeanette is having her market release party, and that is on March 15th. And I'm going to put a graphic up on the screen for you, and it's also on her website. So if you're local, feel free to stop by. It's a free event. She is asking people to RSVP only so she knows how many people are going to be there. I'm not sure the reason for that. I RSVP that I was going because obviously I'm going because I need to pick up all my stuff and buy more things like fabrics. So yeah, but let's get into market picks, okay? So I don't know about you, but when those first market picks or market releases start trickling in on Instagram, it's it starts to get very exciting. It starts to get so exciting, you guys. So these are not in any particular order. These are just the ones that I wrote down as ones that I'm either purchasing or am going to purchase. And I also have some information about the X Stitch the Rainbow, which I'll talk about later. So these are my top 10 market picks, okay? Let's see, I have a smattering, don't I? Let's see. Okay, the first one is called Patriotic Bouquet by Samplers and Primitives. This particular design was sent to me by one of my best friends, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna need that, and I'm gonna need that, and we're all gonna need that. Like Oprah, like, I get a car, you get a car, we all get cars. Like, that's how it was with this one. It's so pretty and delicate, and I knew that I was definitely going to be purchasing that one. So Patriotic Bouquet by Samplers and Primitives. It is so gorgeous. I know that it will be even better once it's stitched up. Like, because of course that's how it always is, right? Like the pictures are always not the best. This is actually a great picture, but like, I know that in person, it's going to be a million times better. Okay, so then the next one that I have for for my top market pick is Buckle Up Buttercup by Dirty Annie Southern Style. I just love the sheep on this one. I think it's so funny. And also because, I mean, it's just real life, you know? And I love it. And I'm looking forward to getting that stitch and starting it. It'll a lot of these designs, because I purchased them on my own, are going into the box of swag. So in order for them to be purchased this year at market, I have to really like them. And so a majority of these have already been pre-ordered. There's one on this list that I have not pre-ordered yet, but I'll just pick it up at Jeanette's party. So, and she knows that. So, but a lot of these things probably won't be started until next year, but I love them so much that I'm willing to hold them. Okay. So Buckle Up Buttercup by Dirty Annie Southern Style. The next one is called Summer Feels by the Artsy Housewife. Now, I know that she put up a video where she talks about all of her market releases. So if you want to see like a real life video of her showing her market releases, you can check out that video. And I can link that below if I can figure out how to do that. And I love this design so much that I immediately went to Oak Crown Studios, which is Fiber Arts Amy on Instagram and also on YouTube. She's a floss tuber as well. And I ordered the fabric that it calls for. That's how much I love it. I just was like, oh, I must have it. So I have the fabric for this on order from Oak Crown Studios already, and Summer Feels by the Artsy Housewife. I love this one because I love the pear. I feel like market releases tend to have a hive mind. So what I mean by that is like there is usually a running theme that happens within different designs of that. All the designers, they're all designing and creating on their own, and then all of their designs come together, and then you can tell that there's a few designs that have the same element, like item. So like last year was willow trees. Everyone had something with willow trees in it. This year, I feel like it's pears. There's pears in a bunch of different stitches. And this one has a pear in it. So yeah, but I really love it. I love the colors. It's very Tula Pink feeling to me, which I love Tula Pink. If you don't know who Tula Pink is, she is a quilt fabric designer, and she uses a lot of bright, vibrant colors. And that's what this looks like to me. So I love that one. Summer Feels by the Artsy Housewife. Number 4 is called Anne's Orchard by Petal Pusher. And as soon as I saw the sneak peek of this, I was like, that looks like Green Gables. And I sent the whole like Instagram post. I sent it to my friends and I'm like, I'm wondering if this is going to be an and piece. And I was right. Yay. So I already ordered the fabric for this, which is a Fiber on a Whim fabric that I probably might use for something else also. Like I ordered enough for that. And what I love about this one is that it's really a simple pattern. It's a very simple pattern. And if you know the books, you know the stories, you know what all the things are, right? But also, it doesn't require a lot of fancy threads to kit up. So this one uses DMC, from what I understand. So it's very simple to kit up. It's very easy to kit up, less expensive to kit up. And you could dye your own fabric, or you can just pick up your favorite blue and stitch it. So yes, I love this pattern. I'm very excited that Barbie decided to release an Anne of Green Gables piece Anne's Orchard by Petal Pusher. Okay, and then the next one is by Summerhouse Stitchworks. She had quite a few this time that I loved. It's funny though, because the ones that I wanted are all ones that used to be, what are they called? Like retreat exclusives. So I think it's called My Blue Heaven. And that one was a stitch away from like 2023, 2024. Yeah, I think it's 2024. January of 2024. So that was a Stitch Away exclusive, and I saw Stitchy Sarah, she worked on that one, and I was just like drooling over it, going, I know that's going to be released eventually, and I'm glad it's finally being released now. But that is not the one that I included, even though I want the other one as well. But you know, you have to choose, right? Like I can't buy everything. I wish I could, but I can't buy everything. So the ones that I did purchase so far from the releases time was the Fragments of Time. The Fragments in Time is a series that Beth tends to do every year, and she's done it for the last while. I think last year was an anniversary of her doing it. And this year she is doing a set of 2. So the first one is Halloween, and the original 4, or the original 2 that are being released at market this time are 1 and 2, because she usually does release where 2 are released at a time. So I'll put up the pictures of the 2 that are being released. Now, this is a Halloween piece. It is Fragments in Time Halloween Edition, I think is what it's called. And there's going to only be 4 designs in this particular Fragments in Time. There are normally 8 total. So the second part of this, so the second 2 of the Halloween are going to be released in May. The next set, the next edition is going to be Christmas themed. So I don't know anything else about that other than the release dates. So they'll just be released later in the year, and we'll learn more about them later on. But for the Fragments in Time Halloween edition, which is the 2025, that was originally an exclusive, a retreat exclusive, I think, for Garon Stitchery. I think that's, I can't remember what their retreat is called, but I'm pretty sure it was a retreat exclusive for them. So it's a nice square by square situation. I pre-ordered the fabric for that too. It's on Silver Fox by Fiber on a Whim, which is a gorgeous color. I cannot wait to get that in my stash. I'm very excited. So when I saw the sneak peek from Beth before the full reveal of those, I was like, that looks very like Hawk Run Hollow. Like it looks very Hawk Run Hollow like feel to me. The color palette, the imagery. And then I saw the whole piece, and it does look like, and it's not like a copy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's very like, has that feel of the Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, which we all love that pattern. So I'm very excited to stitch this, and yeah, it's gonna be great. So I really like that one. Okay, and then the next one on my list is called, it's by Hands On Design, and it's called There's a Hair in My Garden. And that one is the giant, huge strawberry that is like as big as her head. So Cathy did a video where she talked about her releases, and she also did like a live on Instagram where she went into depth about the actual strawberry. And when I was looking at that, I was kind of like, before I watched her video, I was looking more at it, and I messaged her the night before she released that, and I go, so when you say big, like, what is the theme called? Big Amazing Produce, I think is what it's called, like BAP, right? Which we all call it the other thing, but it's Big Amazing Project, but I think she's calling it Big Amazing Produce. And there is a giant strawberry, there's a tomato, and there's a pumpkin. And I'm like, so hopefully this means, like, I messaged, because she did like an ask me, like caption this photo or whatever on Instagram. And I was like, is this like gonna be hopefully like a giant tomato or a giant pumpkin later? And she's like, yay, you get it. So I'm hoping that that's really what, like, maybe what I'm thinking and what she thought I was saying was the same. So I guess we'll find out. But I'm hoping that maybe she might have the other ones at market for shops to be able to confirm or deny if that's the thing or not. But I really like it. What I really like too is that it's on 20 count, and you can stitch it with pearl cotton. So it kind of makes it fast. It also makes it giant, which is also something I really like about it. And I think it'd be really fun to display that. So yeah, but I have that one on my list as well. The next one is it's by Plum Street Samplers. So I have 2 Plum Street Samplers on my list, which is top 10. Let's be clear. I wanted all of them. I still want all of them. The only one that I'm not super jazzed about is the Meanie Weenies one. And the only reason why is because I don't have wiener dogs, and I don't have like a reason to want them. So, yeah, so that aside from that one pattern, I want all of them, even the skunks. I love the skunks. I think they're so cute. And I don't know, something about like rodent type nasty critters that are made to look cute, like snails. I love it when they're done like that. And I think that one's really cute too. But the 2 that I have on my list are Tomato Hill. From what I understand, that one was also an exclusive somewhere, but I don't recall where. And the other one that I really like, I also like the sampler, the tomato sampler. I really like that one too. I just am trying, like I said, I have to pick, right? The other one that I really like by Plum Street that I actually already pre-ordered is the Friendship Garden. And, if you are blessed enough to have friends in your life that will back you up and support you and be there for you all the time, and not be there for you just when it's convenient for them or when they're like a fair weather friend. If you're able to have those kind of people that'll back you up every time, that's a rare gift. And so I saw that Friendship Garden piece, and I just thought, those are my friends, and it spoke to me. So I went ahead and added that to a must purchase. Now, let's be clear. I purchased a lot more than this pre-order wise, so this is just my top 10. Okay, so sorry, but I bought a lot. I love Market. So the next one I have is by October House Fiber Arts, and it is the Americana White. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love these patterns. Okay, so the first one that was released was called Americana Red. And when this was released in 2023, I totally ignored, I was like, no, I don't need it. It's huge, because what is this? 217 by 259. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge piece, right? I was like, I don't need another BAP. I don't need another one, right? I was like, no, I don't need to get it. I was at Market. I was going to buy it. But I was like, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. So last year, she decided that she was going to release Americana Blue. And I was like, okay, well, that just made up my mind for me, and I must have both. So I went ahead and had her hold back, like on the pre-order for the shop. I went ahead and had her add these ones to the order as well, so that I could make sure that we had both of them available. But like, look at how great they are together. Just these two. So Americana White is done in white. So then it's red, white, and blue. Obviously, you don't have to stitch these in the color that it calls for. You could stitch it in purple if you want to. And it would probably lend fine to whatever color you chose. You could stitch it on a green fabric with white thread or whatever you want to do, and it would still be amazing. So, but the thing that I really enjoy about these patterns are the sewing themes. That it has a house, it has quilts on it. There's an alphabet. I mean, a lot of fiddly borders that are probably going to be the bane of my existence, but it's okay. And you know what these remind me of? This here and this here. Those remind me of like applique quilts, like a Baltimore style, like type flower-esque. That's what those remind me of. They remind me of applique quilts, which I love. So yeah, so Americana White is my ninth pick for Market. Okay, and then the last one is by Annie Beez. And I'm sure that, I mean, she had so many good ones. The strawberry milk one was hilarious, and I showed it to my son, and he was like, "Mom, that is so funny. Like, you should definitely get that one." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna actually stitch that. So it's funny and I like it, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna, you know, purchase that one." But the one I am gonna purchase for sure is called Patriots Inn. And from what I understand, this is a companion piece to the one that she did in the fall. And I'll put a picture of that as well. And I love that they're the same but different. So it's not meant to be the same exact house stitched twice in different seasons, which I like, because a lot of times people don't want to stitch this same exact house over and over and over again for it to be a change of season. That can get boring. But like, it's almost like a town, like spread out through like time. And so I think she said that she was going to, that this is a series and that she's going to do all the seasons. So I hope that that's the case, because I would assume that the Patriots Inn one is meant to be the summer piece. So yeah, and I really liked that. Well, it's patriotic, and I love patriotic. So I did pre-order already the Brenda Gervais. I pre-ordered the America, I'm calling it, no, it's called Liberty. The Liberty one, I ordered that from Farm Girl Dry Goods because she had it available, and it was, she was able to have it with a kit. So I went ahead and just, because I have to kit it anyways, I just had it, I'm going to have it mailed to me that way. So I already pre-ordered that. And yeah, so those are my top picks for Market, top 10. Now, if you have been paying attention to the Market releases, you will have seen a little emblem going around, or a specific theme called Night Garden. And that is by X Stitch the Rainbow. And it's a theme that happens within Market or within trade shows. And they tend to use specific thread dyer each time. There was one that was Trainway Silks for a few years. There's been, I think, Cottage Garden Threads, I think. And then I know that there was, this year is Threadworks. And so I'll put a picture of what the color palette is. They're calling it Night Garden. And so it's basically a collective of a bunch of different designers from all different backgrounds and design styles, and they come together and they use this palette to create these beautiful designs. And some years, and sometimes I really like the patterns. I really like a lot of them, but not enough to actually buy them to stitch them. This year was different. I think I've only purchased one pattern, and it was from the Topsy Turvy, which was the tea theme, or tea time. And it was the Topsy Turvy by Counting Puddles. And I knew I had to have that because it's just so adorable. Plus she's local and I know her, so I consider her a friend. But yeah, so she that was her first market release ever. And so I was like, yeah, I must have that. So I went ahead and purchased it. This year, what I'm doing is I am kind of waiting to see. I was waiting to see all of the patterns be released, to see what is out there and which ones I actually like enough to actually purchase the thread pack and stitch the stitches. Because the whole point of these is to buy the thread pack and to stitch with the palette. Of course, you could find like a DMC conversion for the thread colors and use DMC if you didn't want to buy the threads. You could totally do that too. I know that, and I think there's going to be a freebie pattern that's going to be released as well by Blue Flower, I think. Don't quote me. I think she's the person that's doing the free pattern. So the only place you can get that is by someone who goes to market, who is picking up the free pattern from her room, I think. Anyways, so I have 4 that I like enough to actually buy the thread pack and purchase the patterns to actually stitch, to go into the box of swag and sit there for a year and marinate. I like them enough that I would actually pull them out and still be excited enough to stitch them. So the first one I have on the docket is Moonlit Moth by Counting Puddles. I just have to say that Lindsay is so unique in her design style, and if you don't follow her on Instagram, you should. Counting Puddles. She's amazing. She's a lovely person. And I'm not saying that because she's my friend. I'm saying that because when I saw her design the first time, like when I saw her first designs that were available for wholesale, I was like, this girl's special. And she is. And I love her designs. She's been featured in Just Cross Stitch magazine. She's had amazing cross stitches in there. And she's released some really beautiful designs. Like there was one called, like last fall, that was called Books Are Magic. I mean, chef's kiss, you guys, chef's kiss. So the one that I really like, and I think probably would be the number one that I would actually stitch for sure, is Moonlit Moth by Counting Puddles. I really like the design. I like that it's not just cross stitch, that it has like some, I guess you would call it black work on there. And I just really enjoy it. I love her play on how she makes the design come forward. The next one I really enjoy is called Sound of the Night Sewing Set, and that's by Manny Dodonna. And I really like the way that she used the colors to create a scene. The next 2 that I really like, there's one it's by Carriage House Samplings. I think it's their only offering for market this year, which is like kind of a bummer. I was hoping that they would have another Trudy's Kitchen release, because I really like those. Last year she did a strawberry one, and there was also one about olives, and I thought that was really cool. And I think those are based off of her mom, I think. Anyways, so by Carriage House, it's called Blue Moon Garden, and I really, really like the man in the moon. I love that he's got like these big old lips and stuff, and I don't know. I just really like the fabric it was stitched on. I like the way she used the colors together. I really enjoyed that design. So I'll probably be picking that one up eventually. And the last one from the X Stitch the Rainbow Night Garden that I really like is by Stitchy Prose, and that is called Night Owl. And I just thought that her artistry with this one was really on point, and the colors worked really well to create this particular design, and I really, really enjoyed the design. I think it looks wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to that design as well. So yeah, I mean, now, of course, if you've been paying attention to the cross stitch community right now, there are so many designs, like you're almost starting to like not see straight. And if there isn't a release that day, you're kind of like, so are we just going back to regular stuff or what? Like, what are we getting released this time? Oh, the other thing that is coming out at market that was just talked about was the new Blackbirds. They were both retreat exclusives, and those are going to be released in the Hoffman room. And so if you have a shop that's going to that, that's where they are going to be able to purchase them. I'll put the pictures up of what they are. I don't remember the names right now, and everything's on my phone, which I'm recording on. So I'll put the pictures up of what they are called, and I don't know any other information besides that. And then there will also be the Prairie Schooler Santa, which we know nothing about yet. So the Prairie Schooler 2025 Santa. And then also Little House Needleworks also released one of the long skinny patterns, like the seasonal ones, but this one's called Farmer's Market. And it's like one of the alphabet ones. And Diane Williams posted a really cool little video on her Instagram. And I just thought I was like, oh, that's going to be great. Yay. You know, because I mean, I like them. So I'm hoping to maybe pick that one up. We'll see. Because I'm stitching the other ones. I need to get through the other ones first. So yeah, but I do know that there's so much being released this time, and there's something for everyone, which is great. This is a wonderful time to be coming together and loving the cross stitch, okay? Like, let's love the cross stitch. Oh, and let's talk about the fabric real quick. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Guys. So, oh, I actually have some. Hold on. I had to go run and get it. I forgot. So, Lap and Loops. If you don't know who Lap and Loops is, Megan is an amazing person. She's actually Becky Noland, who is Lucy Beam, the designer behind Lucy Beam. She is her daughter. And so she designs all this amazing fabric. And I love all of it. And she's releasing 3 new colors. 3? I think 3. There's like 2 neutrally ones, and then this one called Curtain Call. And the only reason I have this, yeah, this is a 32 count linen. The only reason I have this is because I used to get the Black Needle Society boxes, and I think this one was in the Gothic box. And so this one is going to be featured on 2 patterns that I know of for sure by Lucy Beam that are Christmas. Isn't that awesome? There's one that says Merry Christmas, and there's another one that's like a Santa. They're so cute. Like, look at that fabric. And she's doing Ada now, so that's great. I don't think she's doing even weave because it doesn't dye the same. Ada and linen tend to dye closer to each other than even weave does because the way the dye pulls. But Megan is a wonderful person. She is kind and generous, and Lap and Loops. That's where it's at, friends. Lap and Loops. So I'm looking forward to getting some of her new colors, and then also there's the new Fox and Rabbit colors that are going to be coming out. I love fabric. So anyways, so that is what Curtain Call looks like. I guess you could say in real life. And yeah, so I'm really excited for market releases. I'm excited for everything to come out. I'm excited to get my new goodies and put stuff in the box of swag to marinate for a year so that I can go ahead and, you know, start on the things I already have in my stash, like other things. Oh, and you guys have spoken about in my last video, I asked you what thing or what stitch I should start between Shepherd's Box and Jesus the True Vine. So Ash Wednesday is next Wednesday on March 4th. And so I'm going to stitch Jesus the True Vine for my Lenten stitch this year. And so I'll make a post about it on my Instagram, but I don't have any other information other than what I've already shown you before. So, but I'll show you all of that when I start it on the 4th. So if you're interested in joining me and having a Lenten stitch this year, I will be stitching it for approximately 30 minutes a day, every day for 40 days. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be, listening to podcasts, Christian podcasts, and that sort of thing while I stitch to, have some time with God. A little bit every day, So if you want to join me, there's no hashtag or anything like that. But if you want to join me, you can feel free to tag me in your post so that I can see it. Or if you want to share it with me, you can by sending me a message on Instagram. Or if I know you in person, you can share it with me that way. So I hope to talk to you guys again soon. I am hoping to do a video after I get all of my market releases. I'm not sure what's in the cards at this time with filming, just because we never know, and we're about to start baseball and we have a lot of things going on. So yeah, but if you have any questions at all about anything that I showed today, let me know in the comments. And also, if you guys want to tell me your top picks in the comment section, please drop them in the comments below. I'm very curious, because sometimes I might not have noticed a pattern, right? And then we can share the ideas together, and then it's more fun because, right? Then we're like, oh, I didn't even know that pattern even was there, or I didn't see that on Instagram, or I didn't see that on a video. That way we can share, right? And we can share other things, just in case, like, we're not aware. What if we see a pattern and it's like the best thing ever, because that's how I am. I tend to get the major itch, and then I have the people going, oh yeah, did you see this pattern? And I'm like, what? And then I am like, add to cart, add it, just add it all, just add it to cart. That's what happens. So yes, well, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys hopefully very soon with all of my market swag. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share, because that would be really awesome. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.